back with another one. Of course, I had to get y'all right. I know it's been a little minute, but I'm thinking like, man, people keep asking me. They need insight, they need this and that. So boom, here it is. No more further wait. Also, before we get into it, I wanted to say, you thought I was gonna say hit that like button and smash that subscribe, huh? Nah, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say, I know I'll normally be talking for the guys and stuff like that, but ladies, you're more than welcome to tune in as well. This game can go both ways, honestly. I'm just a guy, so I'll be talking to the fellas. I know y'all looking at me like I'm Mr. Cool Guy. I know I'll be putting it on in every video, but anyway, there's something I need to explain to you guys. This will probably change everything in your life. Don't hang out every day. Don't hang out with anybody every day. Not just your girlfriend, significant other, or whatever. In general. And I know you want to be around them every day. Make sure you know what they doing, where they going, what they wearing. That's why we be on FaceTime 24/7, stuff like that. But from somebody who has experience, look, I only speak from experience and from like seeing what other people go through and realizing, I don't want to take that route. I'm gonna go this way. But nah, for real though, don't hang out every day, because I'm gonna just say like this, like hanging out with somebody every day is gonna take away from what you used to do or do, and you're just gonna start trying to like build a whole new you pretty much with someone else. Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, you got your own goals, they got their own goals, you know what I'm saying? You probably want to be the best engineer possible or something like that, and whoever, they got their own goals. So imagine if you hanging out with somebody every day. That means in between that day, you probably have to plan when you're gonna see them, what time, you got to get ready and stuff like that. So you already got your mind focused on this person. So imagine you start to see him 2 times like out the week or some shit. Imagine if you see him Saturday and Sunday. So you're gonna be with him Saturday, which is already planning. And then most likely you're probably gonna wake up with them on your mind and some more shit, maybe not. But if you're focusing on them so much, then what's happening to you? Like, are you still doing what you gotta do to make sure you're straight before anybody else is? Honestly, it's probably just a new generational thing though. Just because of all the shit we have now. Just because all the technology and the way we grow up is so different from back then. For some reason, your boy fell in love while he was broke. How does that happen? I mean, I wasn't gonna say I was broke, but I wasn't having money how I am now. Shit. When you start to not see somebody every day, you kind of itching to see them low key, right? So like, that's good. So yeah, I can have something to talk about, because if you with them every day, you already know what they did. You already know what they doing. How I thought it was like, we find somebody and we kind of like build something together, but low key, I don't have nothing of my own, so like, why would I build with somebody, meanwhile I ain't got no fucking bridge myself or some shit? And it's like, you know how it is seeing somebody every day, you just overlooking some of the small things they do, because you just worry about this big thing or something like that, or something that you want in the relationship, or maybe something that's bothering you or something. And also, like, even if you want to hang out with your friends or something, that's a big thing in today's world. Like, most of my homies, they cannot hang out, bruh. They cannot hang out because they girl is talking about some shit. I don't know. But look, man, we ain't out here doing nothing. I can tell you, me and the homies, we be chilling, just catching up. But it's like, you can't even get that nowadays. You can't even, maybe if you want to talk to your homies on what's going on and how you feeling. A lot of my homies be telling me all they tea and shit. That's why I do this shit now, man. So make sure y'all tune in. And also, like, being around somebody, you start to get annoyed sometimes. Maybe whatever that ick is that they got is just getting stronger and stronger, So that's why you gotta do you. And I feel like girls know that more than guys. Like, us guys, we try to pick her up every day and hang out and stuff like that. maybe just feeling some type of void we got of our own, but in reality, you need to fill that motherfucker up with some ointment, boy. So that you're not feeling that type of way, and you'll be more so stabilized, I guess you could say. And speaking from experience, man, I had somebody in my life I used to hang out with every day. I'm talking about every day, y'all. Like your summer best friend. Back in the days, you had a friend during summer that you would see every day, hang out with, spend the nights and shit, days at a time. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, but I feel like that's that 19-year-old love that they say is in the air. Have you heard of that? 19-year-old love. It's like we all found somebody, like perfect person, wrong time type shit, which is funny. But maybe it's not. Because you know what I'm saying? Apparently presidents back in the days was like some teenagers or whatever, 20. I ain't gonna say teenagers, but like no older than 30. I'm like, huh? Which is reasonable low-key, but because you can keep up in today's times, but they be on some bullshit nowadays. Anyway, instead of hanging out every day, you should hang out with them twice, maybe, out of the week. Maybe even 3. If you already kind of got your stuff together, then y'all should just be building what y'all gonna do next. And stop loafing around, and being on the internet doing this and that, watching this and that. Like, I know you want to enjoy y'all's company and stuff, but only enjoying so much company is just gonna make you forget on what you gotta accomplish, you know what I'm saying? And if you want kids, that's fine, but it's for the people who trying to build an empire and go to the top of the echelon and be somebody. And I'm not even talking about being famous. I'm talking about, building generational wealth or something like that. That's why I say it's important to do a hobby of your own. Human beings are obviously better than objects and stuff like that. So it's like, of course you would want to be with a human who has a brain and stuff like that and thinks the same stuff you do, instead of, going to work for 10 hours straight and not liking none of your coworkers and not wanting to talk to nobody, or maybe you do talk to your coworkers and stuff and you getting your money on. But anyway, appreciate y'all for tuning in, and of course I'll see y'all in the next one.